Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron today flagged off the Global AI Action Summit in Paris. Speaking at the event, the Prime Minister made a passionate case for AI which is sustainable, which is ethical, and which is inclusive. More than 50 countries participated, all of whom except the US and UK refused to sign the declaration at the end of the AI summit, which called for an inclusive AI. It is the one technology that is going to completely upend our lives in the next few years. And the Prime Minister today also made a strong case that if you look at history, jobs have not been lost to the advent of new technology, only new jobs have been created. And that requires skilling and reskilling of a large proportion of the workforce around the world. And just as the world has been shocked and awed just in the last few weeks with the Chinese AI platform DeepSeek, tonight we take a long, hard look at where India's very own AI mission stands. When will India come up with its own large language model that can compete and perhaps even better ChatGPT and DeepSeek? We'll try and put that to an expert, but first, what happened at the Global AI Action Summit in Paris?
AI is already reshaping our polity, our economy, our security, and even our society. AI is writing the code for humanity in this century. But it is very different from other technology milestones in human history. AI is developing at an unprecedented scale and speed and being adapted and deployed even faster. There is also a deep interdependence across borders. Therefore, there is a need for collective global efforts to establish governance and standards that uphold our shared values, address risks, and build trust. It is also about promoting innovation and deploying it for the global good. So, we must think deeply and discuss openly about innovation and governance. We must pull together resources and talent. We must develop open source systems that enhance trust and transparency. Today, India leads in AI adoption and techno-legal solutions on data privacy.
So under the Modi government, several steps have been taken to be a part of this AI revolution. Recently, you heard the IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw say that more than 10,000 crores have been allocated to build what is called the India AI Mission, effectively a robust AI ecosystem. This was also the first government to open the GPU marketplace in India. Mr. Vaishnaw also said that 18,000 GPUs will be imported. There are about half a dozen companies that have been identified to import those GPUs, 10,000 of which will be used in the AI mission. The government has also announced 500 crores for what is called the Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence. This was announced in the Union Budget 2025 by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Also in the budget, 5 national AI skill centers which will have global partnerships with global technological companies as well as universities. That was also announced. And the government has also rolled out AI courses, whether it's for undergraduate, postgraduate, or even for PhD programs. But like I said at the top, the world has been shocked and awed by the Chinese AI platform DeepSeek. So India may be behind, certainly compared to the United States, which has its own plethora of AI platforms that are being developed right now, and then of course the Chinese. But it has been making significant strides, whether it's in talent development, whether it's in industry growth, or in technological innovation. India is currently among the top 5 fastest growing AI talent hubs. The country is witnessing a huge surge in AI-related education, research, and it's fueled by world-class technical institutions like the IITs and the IISc, as well as a thriving tech ecosystem. India's AI industry is also on track to becoming a major player in the global market, with an estimated market size of close to $30 billion by the end of this year. India's AI talent pool has expanded exponentially, with a remarkable 14-fold increase in the number of AI-skilled professionals between 2016 and 2023. The demand for skilled AI professionals is expected to reach a staggering 1 million by 2026. India has emerged as a vibrant startup ecosystem with over 500 technology incubators and accelerators supporting AI innovation. With numerous government and private sector initiatives dedicated singularly to AI development, the country is accelerating its efforts to becoming a global leader in AI research and application. India currently ranks 3rd in the world in terms of number of AI active programs.
I appreciate Prime Minister Modi's point. AI, I really believe, will facilitate and make people more productive. It is not going to replace human beings. It will never replace human beings. And I think too many of the leaders in the AI industry, when they talk about this fear of replacing workers, I think they really miss the point. AI, we believe, is going to make us more productive, more prosperous, and more free.
All right, I want to go across to Kartik Sharma. He's an AI expert and founder of Agnitio. Thank you very much, Kartik, for speaking with us. So the Prime Minister made a case for what he called a sustainable, ethical, and inclusive AI. What may that mean? What are the current problems with the various models that we're seeing around, whether it's ChatGPT or the Chinese one, DeepSeek? Why do world leaders feel that it's not inclusive or even, for that matter, sustainable?
So, primarily because of two reasons. One is most of the models in AI fraternity, they have what we call as training data sets. So those data sets in itself have to be more inclusive in terms of demographic, in terms of the type of data set that's included, because it's not only text, it's image data set, video, audio, the entire internet, right? So in that sense, if a particular region or a particular country is coming up with an AI model, it is somehow thought through that, the data sets may be skewed towards the ideology or the national strategy of that country. So in that sense, there is a conflict of interest. It may not be inclusive for the entire world. That's one. Second, there are also risks around, cybersecurity, deepfake, and the ways in which the AI could be manipulated, because most of these AI models are not what we call as XAI, which is explainable AI. So they do not open source. Although we have seen in the case of DeepSeek, they have allowed for open source weight to be manipulated on their model probabilistic. But generally, these models are very closed, so you do not know what goes behind them. And in that sense, there is a belief of opaqueness in those models. So I think when Prime Minister Modi is talking about creating a robust governance framework at the world level, wherein all countries are contributing to this massive open source infrastructure, so that everybody is aware of how a particular AI model is taking decisions. So it's explainable, and explainability builds trust in AI systems.
But Kartik, also tell me this. I mean, since you mentioned DeepSeek and the whole world was taken by shock and awe last few weeks when DeepSeek released its model, it seemed to be at par, if not better than the existing models of ChatGPT, etc. The whole reasoning argument that DeepSeek was able to put forth. Where is India with its AI mission? We know that 10,000 crores has been announced for the India AI mission. We know there's an excellence center that's been budgeted for in the Union Budget 2025. But when can we expect India's own ChatGPT or India's own DeepSeek to sort of take the market by storm like these other AI platforms have?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of entrepreneurs in last 2 or 3 weeks, thanks to the DeepSeek movement, I am seeing on social media, many of them are committing to the idea of creating a fundamental model out of India. But as of now, I haven't seen any fundamental models coming out, mostly at the application level, mostly at vernacularization, creating local versions of or wrappers on top of these foundational LLMs is something we have seen most of the Indian entrepreneurs playing at. But I think it's still down the lane where we see a truly Indian-owned sovereign fundamental LLM. And I think that's still a few months down the line. I haven't seen anybody even near to that level of standards of DeepSeek or OpenAI or Anthropic.
So just quickly as a follow-up before we conclude, what then is the impediment? Is it that Indian entrepreneurs don't want or necessarily require a foundational model? They just want to build on top of what is already existing? Or is it that there are fundamental sort of impediments for India coming up with a foundational model?
No, I don't think there's any fundamental impediment, because the only impediment theoretically could be infrastructure or GPUs. But thanks to what the government is offering and partnerships with companies like NVIDIA, I think a lot of large companies in India do have access to infrastructure. So I don't believe infrastructure is an impediment for large tech companies in India, or even startups for that matter, with billions of funding in play. I think most of the entrepreneurs in India have, I hate to say it, but have taken the easy route of building services on top of something already available. I see so many startups creating like a multimodal solution that we can build a wrapper which can interplay or orchestrate between all these foundation models. You choose your LLM, we'll provide you a service. So I think it's been that picking up the easy way, which has led us to a situation where we are reliant. I mean, a lot of people are celebrating DeepSeek, but not a lot of them are talking about why India couldn't develop a DeepSeek with that level of resources, because you know the level of resources on compute DeepSeek used, right? Just 2,000 odd NVIDIA GPUs, which is not huge. A lot of companies in India could just afford it. But I think it's just that thought process of building something fundamental versus something quick and easy and just go on and make money. I think that's a fundamental sort of thought process which is missing in the ecosystem, I feel.
Karthik, thank you so much for that fascinating conversation. We'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much for joining us.